going on, y'all? It's your boy Skill and Sound here, back again with another video. I wanted to talk about LeBron and the comments he made today in the interview, and how a lot of stories that's always reported are always reporters that's trying to make headlines because they're trying to get views, they're trying to get clicks, right? Until the actual player comes out and says it itself, that's when you technically can't believe it. But hey, it doesn't hurt to actually comment on said rumor. So just wanted to react to a couple of the things that he said, pretty much going against what a lot of those reporters out there, right? And one of the main things was he said that he said, I see myself being with the purple and gold as long as I can play. But I also have a goal. That's if possible. I don't know if it's possible and if I can play with my son. So that puts the rumors to an end that he would be looking to leave soon. He's looking to play with them as long as possible. Yeah, he has to say that. He has to debunk those rumors. Because if he automatically comes out and say, nope, I'm going to leave when I get a chance, that would be the whole storyline this year, next year, too many distractions, whatever. So you have to say that if you're LeBron. Now, he did mention, and he did confirm this, he still wants to play with his son. He said, I would love to do that. He said, I would love to play if I can. Now, over the All-Star break, he did say, I'll do anything possible to try to play with my son, right? And now he's saying, if I can. So he's changing the rhetoric or the language a little bit, right? But I do believe his first time when he said he's going to do whatever he can to play with his son if his son makes it, right? What else? He said how cool it was, yada yada. He said, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to be with this franchise, right? So those are things that he has to say, right? Also, the other part was about how he would be interested in returning back home to Cleveland. Now, he said, I never said I see myself playing in the Cavaliers uniform. Added that he did believe it was possible to sign a one-day contract to retire with his hometown team. Now, that's interesting. Do I see that happening or possibility? Yes. If Bronny, of course, gets drafted by Cleveland, if they sign him, that's a different thing. But based on the video I made this and I give my own interpretation, I don't think they would draft or sign Bronny. They would probably don't want to do with the whole LeBron situation and his son. But I do see him possibly signing a one-day contract to retire. That's definitely possible. I think he should do something like that. That would be great. That's definitely possible. And something like that, no one would frown upon that or talk bad about that, because that right there would be just the right thing to do, to sign a one-day contract. That type of stuff is famous in the NFL. Guys really don't do that too much in the NBA, but in the NFL, one-day contracts to retire is big time. Other thing he talked about was people were saying that he was passive-aggressive towards Rob Pelinka and praising Sam Presti, right? So he said he questioned why his comments were interpreted as criticism, right? He says, I don't care about draft picks, James said. I care about winning championships. How is that directed at Rob and the Lakers franchise? Rob has done the same thing, right? So he pretty much saying that that's not a shot at Rob Pelinka, but you did go out your way to praise Sam Presti, right? So that's why people are looking at that as a slight. Yeah, well, here's the thing. You can't worry about, of course, you don't want to worry about draft picks because you want those draft picks to get veterans to improve your team, right? Obviously, anybody that signs LeBron, young players are not going to stay. They have to get traded for to be able to get the veterans, right? So, and then he mentioned about how Rob went out and got Anthony Davis. Yes, they had to trade all the young players and all the draft picks to get Anthony Davis, but there you can't really argue with it. But at the same time, it's saving face, so you have to kind of say those things, right? You have to say you're still confident in him, because anything that he would say two times in a row or 2 weeks in a row would definitely be looked at as slight towards him and would create major headlines. You don't need that right now with the Lakers struggling and trying to make the playoffs, right? Because that goes against the report that Rich Paul, LeBron's agent, met with Bus Pelinka, and he actually said, hey, there's no issue, whatever. So, other than that, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to touch on that. Lakers are struggling. Of course, they lost again last night. That was a bad loss. They should have beat the Clippers. I know people are arguing about how LeBron should have hit that last shot or took the last shot, but not the one that Melo had. But LeBron should have took it. But they need to turn this around because they are struggling, right? And other than that, man, I mean, he refuted these reports. We'll see. I mean, these are things you have to kind of deny, and then you'll know about it once things happen. But hey, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts about this. Do you guys believe LeBron? Do you guys believe the reports that were out there? Or is this something that, has to be said so it doesn't create more headlines? Even though headlines were started because of some of the stuff he was insinuating the last time during All-Star Weekend. But yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. It's your boy Skill and Sound, and I'm out. Peace.